Guys, welcome back to Broken Not Broken. You're probably wondering where I've been. Well, I've been very, very busy here on my little homestead, planting out my annuals. My garden beds are starting to pop up with live vegetables. And right now I'm currently doing outdoor laundry. I'm gonna flip the camera and show you this little toy that my brother got me off of Amazon. It works mint. I can do laundry, I can watch the kids, I can cut the lawn while my laundry's going and shoot it right up on the line. And I can water my plants at the same time. I'm gonna show you how at the end of the video. Now my brother picked this up from Amazon. It's about $200. It's a washer and a spinner. And I honestly love this unit. So let's go to the back and let's check out the work I've done on that bed. Now I'm going to tell you guys that stump is still in there. I cannot get it out and nobody has the equipment big enough to get it out. So we're gonna have to find a different way of doing it. I don't know what we're gonna do yet. Maybe a redneck hot tub, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Now here's a length view of my garden. As you can see, things are coming to life here. I'm gonna do a panoramic view for you so you have better understanding of what's in there. Now this is a huge bed, guys. I had to go nearly all the way to my other fence to shoot it for you. As you can see, the humps are still there, and apparently my kids are trying to move the dirt with the tractor, but the stump is still right there. As for annuals, we have some geraniums, snapdragons. It's very dry out here. Clematis I brought from the front. There's lots of hostas I brought up from my side yard. Catmint is flourishing and it's going into flower. It's very pretty. Apple tree is just coming out of flower, as you can see. Daylilies, petunia waterfall. Once this grows in, it'll be all blush pink. There's some nicotina back there. I also have zinnias just pocket planted at the back there. There's glads that haven't come up yet. Lilies. My hydrangeas are flourishing. Blueberry bushes that my neighbor gave me. There's some spirea that I saved that's in there. Ignore the grass because this is where the hump is. That's that tree right there. That's a cherry tree. Climbing hydrangeas. Honeysuckle growing there. And those are tiger lilies. I just leave them because I think they're pretty. And then that's another apple tree. At the top here we have a whole bunch of daylilies. They're all different colors. Peaches, some of them have faces. And then this is my triple berry blue bush. And my grapevine is back. My boomerang lilacs are starting to bloom out. Now the main bed here looks pretty naked. Ignore the grass and stuff. I haven't come out here to weed yet, but I will. But the strawberries are just flourishing in here. My tomatoes are doing well, even though I've had to replace them. They got hit with frost twice. And I've got 3 different versions of tomatoes. Please ignore the grass and weeds. Like I said, I have to come out here and weed. These rows in the front are carrots, beets, and parsnips, and radishes. And so far the beets are up, as you can see. My sad little pepper plants. These guys survived the frost. Now this is my bean teepee for Kate to have a little fort out here. I promised them they would have forts in the garden and throughout the yard where they could just hang out with their little friends. They haven't come up yet. It's still a bit early for them. Cucumbers are up. I have a ton of sunflowers everywhere. Say hello. Now we're out front and it looks really naked out here because I had to move a lot of my plants into the big bed so it wouldn't look naked. So my front yard looks naked, my backyard is less naked. So I'm going to turn the camera around for you. These are all my lilies. They're flourishing out here. Now I've got nicotina and voluntary garlic growing in here, as well as alyssums and some petunias. Of course, my sage. This bed looks pretty naked right now, but it will be really full really soon. Now, I don't plant lettuces in the back or salad mixes in my back gardens. I plant them in the front for color. And as you can see, I have some Grand Rapid lettuce right there. I have Swiss chard. I also have kale out here. And it's doing well, as well as some high bush blueberries. And of course, hostas, more lilies. Daylilies, and then I've got my Shasta daisies that are right there, and a blueberry bush that's growing in it. Some more petunias down here, and daylilies. My sad baskets, but they'll fill in. It's just snapdragons and wave petunias. My Woodgalia's in full bloom. She looks beautiful. Burning bush is doing well. I gave her a haircut. Small hosta. Now all in here is all lettuces that's seeded in. My delphinium's doing very well, and I have more sage over here. This is probably my favorite planter I did. Snapdragons and the pink petunias and the yellow waves petunias. In this bed, there's asters right there. Lavender, that's very healthy. More daylilies. And then I have these guys. These lovely geraniums planted here. And then same hanging, well, not hanging basket, window box. And I have these really, really vibrant lantanas out here. I have pink and orange. Now I'm waiting for the sky to fill out because I used some of the more aggressive varieties in here. And these were just planted. I mean, I could get away with putting more wave petunias in, but I kind of like the idea of it spreading out, and this guy has come way out. They were all very short a few days ago. Acorn squash. They made it through the frost. And my huge humongo rhubarb that clearly I'm gonna have to come out here and actually I'll do it while you're on camera. When you see heads like this, rip them out. Get rid of them. Now I wasn't sure whether or not these rose trees were going to come back. I haven't had any luck with them, but both of them did, and as you can see, they're flourishing. Now I ran some marigolds up the side of the greenhouse. Ignore the wood. I'll show you why we have wood there in a second. More planters. I'm still working away, guys. There's another planter. There's lantana for my backyard. So I know a lot of you are like, that's a lot of garden, or not enough garden, or whatever, but like I said before, I've been extremely busy to film, and I'm very sorry for that, but I'll show you what we have been working on, and I'll explain why we haven't, you know. Now all my gardens I do by hand with only hand tools, with the exception of when I first cut through the ground there. We might use a tiller, we might not. I mean, in previous video you watched me cut sod out with a shovel, and then my husband come back with a rototiller and rototill it, and I've been fighting the grass ever since. I'll never do that again, just like I'll never put straw in the rows ever again as a preventative of weeds, because it's literally causing wheatgrass to grow up in my furrows. So what have we been up to? Well, there's been a lot of projects here, a ton of projects. The main, like the big bed in the back, was one of them, and my husband's been working on this for me, and he's been working on it for the past couple days, and I feel really good about it. And once he's done that, he's got another honey-do list project for me to get done, as well as building a proper chicken house and, you know, building another book box for me because the other one got destroyed by a snow plow. So there's a lot of honey-do lists that I just am not good at. I would rather be out here weeding, cutting the lawn, you know, doing the stuff than actually building stuff. So he's the builder person, but he also works full-time. I'm going to show you the project that he's been working on, and I'm so proud of him. He's been building me a new fence, which is awesome. Now, he hasn't done the inside because this is going to be like a good neighbor fence or a dog-eared fence where it's double paneled, where you have to stand sideways to look through. We had to use some posts that we already had. We're just recycling because I'm going to stain it anyway, and there was nothing wrong with those posts. So far, the total cost for the fence, just the first 4 panels, is roughly $500. It's going to be about $749 altogether to finish that section of the fence, and then we're going to work on the back and the gates. As promised, I'm going to show you how this machine works, and we've already gone through a wash cycle. I put in the rinse water. How I use the water again is I run a sub pump line onto this tiny hose, and I'll show you how short this hose is and why I do it, because my lot is literally on an angle and the water would end up on my patio otherwise. So I'll show you. That hose is less than 2 feet long, and I'm running the water right up into my main bed. And if you look really close, you can see the watermark because it's drains. Now, if you're using this machine, you're going to want to take the clothes out of the washer, put it in the spinner, not jam it too tight, but jam it enough in there that this thing fits over top. This stops your clothes from getting pulled on this ledge here. Okay. Close that. You're also going to set this for 2 to 3 minutes. The clothes will come out pretty much dry. In this case, I'm just doing Cade's blankets from his bed, so I can only put 2 of the crib blankets in there at a time. A little bit heavier, and it literally takes like a minute per blanket for it to wring out, and it comes out just moist. Like I can put it on the line for 20 minutes and it's done. I am not sponsored by Amazon for this machine or anybody for this machine, but I love it because it's lightweight. It's like 20 pounds, if that. I can carry it in and out of the mudroom, and I can, you know, watch the kids, get my gardening done, yard work done, and I can set it on a 15 or 12 minute cycle, and I can get a lot done in 12 minutes and then move it to the next, you know, thing like spinning or whatever I choose to do with my clothes. So I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.